Good morning, guys. Oh, the coffee's good. The coffee's definitely good. I don't know, but for people that are coffee drinkers, they know when they got a good cup of coffee. Like, they really know. And this is really good. But anyway, all right. I swear I think I'm going to open up me a coffee shop one day. I really do think that. I think I'm not here in the United States. Is going to be definitely when I head back to the Philippines. I think this is going to be one of the things me and my wife open up. But anyway, let's go ahead and get back into it. Okay, TTOO. Guys, I was watching this stock this morning, right? And I kind of seen this scenario before. I'm not going to say I'm 100% right, but I've kind of seen this play out before. Okay. First of all, the stock is kind of stagnant right now. It's like 29. I think earlier it was like 29, 36, 29, 46. And it's just kind of going sideways a little bit. It popped up and it came down. But it's just holding this pattern, right? And I'm thinking, like, why isn't the stock really moving this morning? Why in other mornings it had big swings, right? Giant swings, giant lows, giant highs, big buying orders in the morning, selling off in the morning. Like, it's not moving, right? So is it winding up to do something? This is my thought. Okay, I've seen this on another stock before, and it kind of did the same thing. And when this happened, it took off. Now, I'm not saying that I'm 100% right, but I've kind of seen this before, especially when this went. Look down here. You see down here the volume. Today's volume. It's over 1 million. It's almost 2 million, right? It's almost 2 million right now. Let me swipe over. Look at AMC's volume. Very low. Look at Mullins' volume. Very low. Look at this Swin volume. Very low. These are just things I'm watching, right? The volume is so high, right? But earlier the volume was at 1,141,000. That was the volume, right? And it's now starting to slowly decrease up, and it's slowly moving. It's like barely moving. The volume is getting so high. The volume is there, but the stock is really not moving. So something's going to happen. Okay, something's going to snap, and also, which is in his favor, as it what I'm trying to say. The volume is a plus. The stock is just kind of laying there is a plus, because I'm kind of thinking of something else. Let's go over here to the SPY real quick, because I bet you the SPY is up. I'm almost 100% sure the SPY is up. If it plays out just how I think it is, come on, let's see. SPY. See, the SPY is trying to run, right? The SPY is trying to run. The Qs is trying to run. How much is the SPY up? 51%. The Q is up 81%. This is probably up even more, 2.40%. So if this is going to play in his favor, if TTO follows the market, that's going to be a plus. Like I said, I think that there is a big buying order just waiting. For whatever reason, I think they're there's a big buying order just being held. And I could be wrong, but I think there's a big buying order that's being held, either because of there's multiple factors. It could be because some news is about to be released or something like that, right? But for whatever reason, I feel like there's a very big buying order, or a whole bunch of buying orders that are being held and it's not even being released yet. Because look, it's moving. Why is it that the volume is coming in, and usually volume equals buy and trade, right? It's coming in, but it's like it's doing this number here. doing this number now it's just now changing when it got to 2,010,000, 2,016,000. So what I feel like there's going to be a nice run today, okay, which is good for me and is good for everybody. It's good for the company, period. But I will say this. Now, this reverse split is kind of being talked about. Am I going to hold through a reverse split? In this scenario, it really depends, because there's so much things going on. For one, they need to be above $1 for 10 consecutive days before, I say November 10th, because they have November, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, November 20th is the deadline. And if they're not above $1 for at least 10 days, they're going to be delisted. So that means they cannot, if it hits November 10th, they have those 10 days to be above $1. They have to be at $1 November 10th and all the way to the 20th if they want to stay on the NASDAQ, or a little bit before. It can't be November 11th and then they're trying to be above $1. So that's going to be a key factor for me, okay? If they're not above $1, most likely the company's going to want to do a reverse split so they can get their they're going to want to do a reverse split to get their stock above $1. So they have until the 10th. So probably a week or so before, I don't know. They need to be above $1, okay, before the 10th. So either a reverse split is going to come into play, or the FDA approval will have to come into play. One of the two, okay? And if the FDA, if they do a reverse split and it will benefit the company in a way, but it won't benefit retail. I don't know. It depends, because this whole thing it's not like AMC. I just put it that way. If they do this reverse split, it's going to put them above $1, right? And back into compliance. Then the FDA approval needs to come through. That's the main thing, okay? I don't know how long it's going to take for FDA to approve this and when. I don't know if there's a deadline for that. I don't know. I'm hearing all these dates. I'm hearing like next year, right? They can decide, they can have till next year to make a decision, like sometime in January, February, March, April, May, June, somewhere around there, okay? But if they have to wait that long for FDA approval and their stocks are not above $1 by the 10th, then it's almost a no-brainer, like they're going to have to do a reverse split, right? They have to. So that's one of the things I'm watching for, okay? If they do a reverse split, most likely, I don't like to hold through a reverse split, because it always happens where things happen where when they do a reverse split, the hedge funds come in and they short it down again, okay? They short it down again. But they could do a reverse split, put it above $1, the hedge funds come in and short it down again, and then they get an FDA approval. I don't know. So that's why you got to keep a close eye on this. My date is November 10th through November 20th. But they need to be above $1 by November 10th. Or they need to do a reverse split so they can be above $1 by November 10th, okay? So those are my key dates. Now, let's look at the volume. The volume's still coming in. So I do think there's going to be a big pop today, okay? I do not know to what price is going to go to. I'm expecting maybe like 30, maybe 32, maybe up in here. There's going to be some resistance up in here. And if they can surpass this right here, then it's on smooth sailing on up to 34. But they definitely need to get past this 32 to stay, to keep on moving up, period. I do think there's some orders being held. It's just not in yet. And I think when the market opens, I think it's going to pop up. That's just my thought. And I said I want to be transparent about my stock. So there's my share count. Market value of my shares is how much my shares are worth. And my average cost is 33 cents. I haven't bought any more yet, by the way. But I'm down, okay? I'm down 12%, okay? So $224 I'm down, which it doesn't bother me. That doesn't bother me, because I'm actually playing with house money, believe it or not. There's only very little of my money that's into the stock. The rest of it is house money that I made profit on, and I bought into the stock to get this amount. So let's keep an eye on it, guys. I'm gonna finish my breakfast, and keep in mind, like I always tell people, I'm not no financial advisor at all. Okay, I'm learning just like you guys learning. That's why I'm here, and I'm just telling people what I do. And if you have any information you want to put down in the comment section, feel free. Okay, because we're all here learning. We're all trying to make an extra buck, and so on and so on. Okay, I'm not going to come off as a stock expert because I'm not an expert yet, not yet. Okay, I think I consider a stock expert if someone's on YouTube giving stock advice, like really advice, they better have a degree. That's all I can say. Like some kind of accounting degree or some kind of degree into in stocks, period, or money, some type of degree like that. That's what I consider a true person that I can kind of trust on some good advice. But there's a lot of people out here on YouTube, they're giving their advice, like really advice, and they're just sitting at home. They're just sitting at home in their living room or in their room making videos, right? I don't know. But we all know who give good advice and who don't. But everyone is entitled to give their own opinion about a stock. But so you have to take it with a grain of salt. But there's some people out there that don't have degrees and they giving some good information. And I don't know why they don't have a degree. So you got to pick through all this information and figure out what's best for you, okay? All right, guys. So I gave my price prediction on this. I do think there's going to be a big pop today because the SPY is running up, the Qs is running up, and that's going to help it also whenever they release these buying orders, because it doesn't make any sense for the buying to be going like this and the stock not going anywhere. All right, guys. Take care. I have to go. I'll see you in the next one. Take care. Peace.